Hello everyone, I'm Local Alien, and I'm going to be talking about Half-Life. Half-Life released November 19th, 1998, developed by Valve and published by Sierra Studios, and it completely revolutionized first-person shooters. Before the game starts, there is an optional tutorial, the Hazard Course. In it, a holograph of a scientist called Gina Cross explains the basics to the player, like jumping, falling, crouching, shooting, and a broken mechanic called crowd jumping. Chapter 1, Black Mesa Inbound, starts off on a really long tram ride throughout the Black Mesa facility in New Mexico. Here you learn you play as a 27-year-old MIT nerd called Gordon Freeman. This part is kind of a slog to see through on repeat playthroughs, but back in the day, when most games started you off in a tech base with a pistol and just told you to go kill monsters, having the first mission show off that this world is not just arenas connected with hallways, but a living, breathing world with scientists and guards going along with their day was way ahead of its time. The train comes to a stop and a security guard lets you leave, saying that you were late. He also makes the beeping sounds with his mouth. Gordon is let loose on Sector C. Here you can explore around and mess with your coworkers. You can turn off lights, read personal messages, fuck with the microwave, and turn on the alarm. This area in general is very interactable, and you can even turn on the hand dryer. You can also spot a scientist talking with a strange government man you saw on the tram ride. You have to get the HEV suit for the guard to let you pass. The HEV suit, or the Hazardous Environment something suit, is your HUD for this game. It shows you your health, armor, ammo, and status effects. It even plays music. You then make your way to a control room of sorts where the scientists tell you more about the experiment you are about to do. After this, one of the scientists lets you go and you see more of the problems Black Mesa is having today.
It's about to go critical.
You make your way to the test chamber and meet these two guys.
Although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade scenario is extremely unlikely.
I'm sure it'll be fine. They let you in and you have to climb up and start the rotors to start the experiment. Then a cart with a crystal shows up and you have to push it in the beam. And then... uh-oh. You get teleported to an alien world and then back. During this sequence, you can see a creature called a protozoan, which is seemingly some sort of large single-celled organism. It does not appear anywhere else in the game. Valve seemingly loves making things and only using them once. You wake up and you see that the facility is in disarray. The experiment has caused creatures from the alien world you were teleported to, which is called Zen, to teleport to Earth. You can see a scientist trying to resuscitate a guard here, and if you wait long enough, the scientist will succeed. What a cool detail. You can make your co-workers follow you by interacting with them. Guards will help you out in a fight and scientists will heal you if you have low health. Making your way up, you meet the two scientists that were there before, and a creepy critter behind the glass.
Gordon, you're alive. Thank God for that hazard suit. I'm afraid to move him and all our phones are out. Please, get to the surface as soon as you can and let someone know we're stranded down here.
Now, having a character explain a story like this to you might not seem that noteworthy, but back then, most FPS games just had you running around and shooting, with very little plot. And whatever plot there was just in the manual, or on the final screen of the game. But in Half-Life, you will find survivors who tell you where to go and what's happening. This is how Half-Life changed FPS games, and made them have a bigger focus on plot. Going further, one of those creatures from before teleports above you. This is a headcrab. These little suckers love jumping at you, dealing a small amount of damage. They go down easily, but right now, you have nothing to kill this guy with, so you gotta run. After dodging lasers and seeing a guy get cut in half, you will find the crowbar. This will be your main melee weapon for the entire game. It is most useful for breaking crates and breaking headcrabs. After an unfortunate elevator accident, you will find another survivor, and some new enemies. These are headcrab zombies, also called mawmen. If a headcrab manages to latch onto someone, it turns them into one of these. They can be killed with a crowbar if you dodge their big meaty claws, but something longer range like a pistol is better against them. But you don't have that right now, unless you would let the security guard die or kill him, but you would never do something like that, would you? You can head into the locker room where you got the HEV suit for some supplies. Having optional rooms that give you goodies, rewarding exploration, will be a common thing throughout the whole game. You can heal yourself using the health chargers, and charge your suit using the suit chargers. Suit energy will absorb most damage from an attack. Making your way further, you will eventually find a dying security guard, who will graciously let you borrow his pistol. The pistol, which is a Glock 17, is a basic FPS game pistol. Good right now, but it won't see much use later on in the game. It is good against most weaker enemies, like headcrabs, zombies, and the new enemy you encounter in the next room, Hound Eyes. These alien dogs will charge up a sonic attack, The more of them in the pack, the stronger it is. Morphidimus Blackimus, or however you say his name, made a really good video going more in depth about the Hound Eye's pack behavior that I linked in the description. Here you can find a scientist and also the weird suit guy from before. You can also go into another optional area, where a scientist can unlock a room for you, which is filled with grenades. Grenades in Half-Life act like grenades in most video games, good for taking out groups of enemies. They can be cooked, but don't cook them for too long. They do have this interesting quirk, where they will throw differently based off your momentum. Like if you jump and throw, it will fly further than if you just threw it. In the next area, you will be attacked by an alien slave, also called Vortigons. These things will charge up an electric attack and hit you if you aren't hiding behind something. Kinda like a smaller, weaker version of the Shambler from Quake. These guys also have cool AI. For example, they will not attack you if they are almost dead, because they are slaves after all. They don't want to die for whatever thing enslaved them. They are also scared of seeing dead slaves. Morphew also made a video about this, which is also linked below. Next, you jump down a sewer, where you will find a puzzle, but a very simple one. You can't get up, so you have to turn a valve to make the water level higher. There will be more of these simple puzzles, which nicely spice up the gameplay. You make your way down in a Kira elevator and get attacked by headcrabs, which you have to dodge, because if you could just stand in one place and avoid all of them, this part would suck, alright? Making your way through industrial tunnels and doing some side platforming, you will find a new enemy. You see a bull squid kill some headcrabs by spitting on them and whipping them with its tail. Bull squids are strong and quick, so it's best to stay further away. They also have interesting AI. They will eat gyps off the floor, which they can smell from afar. The fact that the bull squids hunt headcrabs is really cool, because back then, video games just had one faction of enemies that could only infight due to friendly fire, but Half-Life has multiple, like how headcrabs and vortigons can coexist, just like vortigons and bull squids, but bull squids hunt headcrabs. Here you will also meet barnacles, nasty suckers that stick to the ceiling and drop down their tongues to grab you. If you get caught, they will slowly bring you up, dealing a lot of damage once they start biting down on you. But they can be killed with a single swing with a crowbar, or easily avoided if you know where they are. After some more platforming, you will find an elevator that takes you to the next chapter. Office complex is quite simple really. You have to go through the Sector D Administration Center to get to the surface. Here you have to turn off a fuse box to be able to go through an area that was previously electrified.
Gordon, if I'd known it was you, I'd have let you in. Everyone's heading for the surface, but I think they're crazy not to stay put. Someone is bound to come by and rescue us.
Yeah, I hope. Later on, you can find a flooded office belonging to a Dr. Newell, named after Gabe Newell, a developer of Half-Life. A bunch of the devs put their names into this game, like the ones on the lockers. Before you go there, you can go into a side area where you will find the shotgun. The Spaz 12 is a really good weapon for close ranges. You can also somehow fire both barrels for a stronger shot. A shotgun can easily take down most enemies, but using it on headcrabs is a waste of ammo. In Game Ben's office, you can't touch the floor because the water is electrified, but if you turn off the lights, you can walk on it safely. After avoiding a giant fan in the vents, you climb up some crates and come face to face with a turret. Turrets are strong but stationary threats that do a lot of damage and have a lot of health, but they can always be turned off somewhere. The scientist that gets killed here can actually be saved if you kill the turret quickly enough, which I really like. After clearing a big room of a bunch of vortigons, you will fight another turret. After this, you find another security guard that tells you this.
Hey, what the hell are you doing down here? Get topside! I hear troops are coming in to save us.
Thank God. You can also go in this vent here. This is an area I always forget to check whenever I play this game. Afterwards, you find a giant room filled with zombies and headcrabs that the guards can help you with. I love having expendable allies in video games, but in Half-Life they love getting stuck on nothing and refusing to follow you for no reason, making taking them along more of a hassle than a help. Hey, that's the company that made this game. You make your way into a freezer that you lock yourself in. You can just open the door from the inside, but that's probably not intended. After climbing through some more vents, you make it to a room directly connected to the big room with a locked door that you can now open, allowing you to take any survivors you had with you. After a fun set piece,
Hello. It appears that...
and seeing a guy fall to his death, you end up in the next chapter.
For God's sake, open the silo door! They're coming for us! It's our only way out! Oh my God, we're doomed!
That's not good. It seems the military is here now. They have set up trip mines and turrets, but they seemingly didn't think about how this makes escape for anybody left in Black Mesa way harder. These turrets are weaker than the ceiling mounted ones, and are activated by setting off red lasers. You can find a dead soldier here with an SMG. I'm sure he won't mind. The MP5 is one of the best weapons in the game. It's not that good for longer ranges, but it's not completely useless either. It deals damage really quickly. It uses the same ammo pool as the pistol. This chapter heavily features fire doors, which can be closed by shooting the glass or pressing the button. The turrets attack you, but they also shoot the Xenians, so you can use that to your advantage. After jumping over many lasers, you can see the G-Man again, and after that you meet one of the soldiers.
Rescued at last. Thank God you're here.
Uh-oh. It seems the military is not here to help. You see, the government has sent in its smartest Marines, the Hazardous Environment Combat Unit, or HECU for short, to cover up the incident, which means killing everything in the facility, including the staff. These guys will be your human enemies for the rest of the game. They move quick and can do a lot of damage if you're not careful, so use cover, move around a lot, and use the SMG or the shotgun. There are a couple different variations of Marines. Basic gas mask grunts who use the SMG and grenades, balaclava guys who use the shotgun and grenades, cigar smokers who use the MP5 and its underbarrel grenade launcher, and captains who wear berets and can use any weapon. Marines can also only do one thing at a time. They can't move and shoot at the same time. Use this to your advantage. I really like how these guys look. What follows next is a couple of rooms filled with Marines, testing your skills. But if you use the tactics I mentioned before, this part should not be that hard. In the final room you have the high ground, allowing you to make good use of the grenades. After this you finally make it to the surface, only to find it's completely under military control. In this area you will have to deal with a squad of troopers as well as an Osprey, which infinitely spawns grunts, and constant mortar fire. You can shoot the Osprey down, but good luck with that. You go back inside, you're gonna have to find a different way out. After the same Osprey drops down more soldiers your way, you crawl through more vents, which take you through the whole chapter. You end up back where the chapter started, but inside the room where the security guard was.
Well, so much for the government. Their idea of containment is to kill everyone associated with the project. Judging from your hazard suit, I'd say you were part of what went wrong. Isn't that right? Now look, if anyone can end this catastrophe, it's the science team in the Lambda complex at the opposite end of the base. With the transit system out, I couldn't tell you how to get there. But there's an old decommissioned rail system somewhere through here, beyond the silo complex. If you can make it through the rocket test labs, you might be able to worm your way through the old tunnels to track down whatever's left of the Lambda. You can trust them. You can trust all of us. Good luck.
Well, we have a new objective. Get to the Lambda lab. Moving forward, you will find a zombie perfectly placed in an extremely explosive room. This room has a crowbar in it, which you can actually pick up if you never picked up the first crowbar. Making your way down the facility, you will find a cart. Riding it will fling you over some goop. Making your way through more radioactive goop, big pipes and industrial areas, you will eventually find a massive abandoned missile silo, which Black Mesa dumps its radioactive goop into. Here you can make use of the pistol's extreme accuracy. Making your way inside the silo, you will hear banging and find an injured scientist.
Fire the rocket engine. Destroy the damn thing before it grows any larger. Stop!
And you immediately see what he's talking about.
No! 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 Get it off me! Get it out!
Making your way closer to the thing, you will find another security guard. These are the tentacles, this chapter's boss. They are invincible, but blind, attacking whatever they hear. You have to sneak around or throw grenades to get its attention. To kill it, you need to activate the power, oxygen, and fuel. Making your way through one of the doors, you will eventually find a big fan, with a really weird way of turning it on. You have to press a button under it and quickly climb up. Who thought this was a good idea? How would anyone turn it off? The fan blows you, allowing you to get to the next area, where you can turn on the oxygen and fuel. To turn on the power, you have to head through the other door. Here, there's a cool room with hooks and barnacles. The hooks are animated in a way to look like the barnacles, making the barnacles' tongues harder to see. There's also an elevator here that falls down if you stay in it too long. After avoiding a rogue elevator thing and turning on the power, and getting back to the control room, you can finally blast the outer space octopus back where it came from. Making your way down, you will find a revolver on a dead security guard. Interestingly, security guards only use pistols, not revolvers. The Cold Python is a deadly 6-shooter, killing most weaker Xenians, like the Bolsquid or Vorgoths, with one shot, as well as the Marines if you get a headshot. But your aim's gotta be good. The ammo is also limited. Going into the water, you can see the beast's body, still twitching. Yuck. After going along and inside some more pipes, one of them breaks underneath you. Now, you do fall into a table with medkits, but with low health, you will always die here. I had this problem once, but thankfully, Ardiok on Reddit helped me out. You can climb down these things and jump from there, surviving even if you have 1 health. The game can sometimes get you in these situations where no matter what you do, you are fucked. And this sucks, but it doesn't happen that much. In this room, you can find the laser trip mines. You won't use these much, but setting traps to them is fun. Power-up begins with a giant armored alien called the Gargantua, killing 2 Marines. The Gargantua is a huge beast, and is only able to be hurt by explosives. It can burn you with its hands or set off a weird flow laser attack. This is another Kill the Giant Thing chapter. Making your way forward. Was that supposed to be Gordon screaming? You find the injured guard.
Mister, you can get the power on. That train will take us straight to the surface. I would try it myself, but it's a long way down the generator room, and there are things in the way.
Making your way to the engine room, you can find some grenades in this box. These are grenades for your underbarrel grenade launcher you have on your MP5. This comes in handy while fighting the HECU, but using them for most weaker enemies is a waste in most situations. Walking further, you see the facility breaking apart, most likely from the Garg. There's this fun big explosive room, which kind of reminds me of the extremely loud bomb room in Hotline Miami. You know the one. You will find a bunch of Marines here, and they have seemingly set up a little camp. Make use of your revolver and the comical amount of explosives in this area to make short work of these guys. Going down this elevator, you will find a bunch of trip mines. I always like to leave them here, you will see why later. You gotta go down here to ungem a machine. While doing this, you will get attacked by leeches. They don't do much damage, and they don't have much health. Most of the time, it's best to just avoid them. After breaking the box, the water in this area will drain, causing the leeches to flop around. Another cool detail. Going back, some Marines will go down the same elevator that you came here on, and will get exploded by their own trap if you left it there. After some more fighting, you will get back. Now you can kill the beast by leading it to this room here and turning on the electricity. You can also kill it earlier if you have a lot of explosives. After this, you can get on the cart and drive away. Honor Rail begins with you meeting a guard.
Freeman, I've been waiting for you. One of your scientist pals said to give you a message. You're supposed to take this old rail system up to some kind of satellite delivery rocket. I don't know where it is exactly, and the old guy was so worried about getting out of here alive, he didn't tell me. Main thing is, the military aborted the launch, so when you do find the rocket, you'll have to get up to the control room and launch it yourself. He said something about a Lambda team needing the satellite in orbit if they were ever going to clean up this mess.
What follows is one of the most infamous chapters in this game, and I can see why. You gotta ride around in this cart, and if you don't know what to do, you can easily get lost. And it's one of the longer chapters in this game, and riding a cart is also just kinda boring. Going down into a flooded area, you can hear some ghostly wailing. This is never explained. Your first stop will be the small area with a crane and some aliens. You gotta go up to that room to move the crane claw. Moving right along, you come across a split path. You have to shoot the sign to change where you want to go. Going right will take you to a side area filled with hound eyes, head crabs, and more ghostly wailing. I have played this game around 7 times, and I don't think I've ever been in this area before. Which just goes to show how much stuff this game has. In here, you can find some satchel charges. I barely ever use these. It's like a grenade you can activate manually. You will eventually end up back at the split path. Going the other way, you will fight a bull squid and dodge some barnacles. I got stuck down here, so I had to load a save, which kinda sucks. You will come across another area here, with more critters, which leads to a room with the crane controls. Making your way back, you can now go down the path which was previously blocked, which leads to a combat sequence on an elevator, which is really fun. ending with a surprise grenade from a grenadier. There's another cool part here, where you can get on a turret and gun down the Marines and Vortigons that are fighting with each other. Going up here, you will find some more Marines, including one hiding in a corner. This game loves putting enemies in places like this to surprise you. Here I had low health and had to fight through a bunch of Marines. But thankfully I found a side area filled with goodies, so I had a better chance in battle. After clearing out these guys, watch out for the trip mines. Later on, the cart hits a dead end, causing you to have to go on foot. After a headcrab ambush, you will find the soldier manning a gun emplacement. You can chuck a grenade inside or run around and shoot the Marine in his backpack, which is for some reason filled with blood. In the next room you can see the rocket, which you could see earlier in one of the side areas. Ah, great, more carts. Here's a room filled with turrets and bullsquids. You can just trip the laser because the turrets will shoot the bullsquids first, except for that one. After this, you get attacked by a soldier on a rocket cannon, resembling an M202 Flash. The HECU seemingly know you are coming, and are setting up traps and gun emplacements for you. You come across a locked door and you have to fight through a bunch of Vortigons and Marines to unlock it. Now you can take this new card, but if you take the old one, there's a cool fight where a Marine gets on the other one and attacks you. And if you keep going on the old one, it will run into another Marine that set up dynamite to blow you up. Taking the new card leads straight to an ambush. I had low health here, but the advantage of playing this game multiple times, so I knew where most of the grunts were. Flipping the switch to continue, you will find an elevator. But you can't get off at the top because it's blocked with explosives. But you get some satchel charges down here, which you can use to blow it up. After dodging some lasers, boxes, and another ambush, you can finally get off the cart. After fighting another emplacement, you get outside, seeing it is now dark.
This guy, Freeman, they say he was at ground zero. Science team? You think he was responsible? Sabotage, maybe? Well, maybe. All I know for sure is he's been killing my buddies. Oh yeah, he'll pay. He will definitely pay.
You gotta avoid these explosives, and after this, you find the rocket control room.
I didn't sign on for this shit. Answer sure, but civilians, who ordered this operation anyway?
Huh. Cool seeing how the Marines are not just completely one-dimensional bad guys, but actually don't like killing the scientists. You find out that everyone inside is already dead. You have to launch the rocket yourself. After this, you can go back down this ladder, finally ending this chapter. Yay! No more cards! God damn it. Don't worry, this is just for a short set piece, where you go off the rails and run over a Marine. After some swimming, you end up in a half-flooded room. Jesus Christ.
Did you see it? They said it was hauled from the Challenger Deep, but I'm positive that beast never swam in terrestrial waters until a week ago. There's a tranquilizer gun in the shark cage, but I'm not sure it would work on this species. You're welcome to try.
Going into the cage to get the Tran gun, which is this game's sniper, and definitely just kills things and doesn't put them to sleep, causes the cage to fall in the water, putting you face to face with the ichthyosaur. These gross things are fast, strong, scary, and best avoided, but if you gotta kill them, use the pistol or crossbow, which can both shoot underwater. After turning a valve to get out of that room, you end up in another old industrial area, filled with Vortigons and also water, which of course is home to some big fish. Why is this room so deep? After another G-Man sighting and some platforming, a bullsquid teleports behind you. Leadhead made a really good point in her video that after the rocket gets launched, the portals seemingly become more deliberate, as if whatever is causing them now has more control over where they show up. After killing some more aliens, a scientist opens the door for you.
Warden Freeman, it is you, isn't it? The science team has been tracking your progress with the Black Mesa security system. Unfortunately, so is the military. That suit of yours is full of tracking devices. Still, it's better than going naked in this place. It's cold in there, and you'll have to hurry. It could sap your suit power in a matter of moments. If you're bent on reaching the Lambda complex, then you'll want to keep to the older industrial areas where the security system is full of holes. It's worked for me, so far.
After getting through a freezer that slowly kills you and another portal ambush, you find a guard.
Freeman, right? I've got a message for you. Make sure you don't...
Here you get ambushed by the Black Ops assassins. The Black Ops are here to clean up after HECU, because they did a terrible job. These girls are quick and nimble, doing a lot of damage with their dual-silenced pistols. They can also throw grenades, and they love doing backflips. They also have jiggle physics. They are best taken out with a grenade launcher. After this, you see a health charger. Going to heal yourself up, you get beaten and captured.
Nice hit. Alright, we got him.
Where are we taking this Freeman guy? Topside for questioning. What the hell for? We got him. Let's kill him now. And if they find the body? Body? What body?
You awaken in a trash compactor that you gotta get out of. Here you can find your crowbar. You can also do this. You fall through a pipe and end up outside. It's now day again. Here you gotta turn a valve to lower the water level in this thing. You can see a security guard here fight off some headcrabs, but he runs away and gets barnacled. You can pick up his pistol. What follows is more platforming on meat chunks, spinners, and pipes. After a swimming section through some sort of meat compactor, you end up in a small area with the Magnum, satchel charges, and a couple bull squids. One of the doors here leads back to the water area. I love it when areas in video games interconnect like this. You gotta press a switch and flip a button if you want to get past this conveyor and crusher room. The conveyor belt leads to a room with a bunch of conveyors that you gotta platform around. If you fall, there are signs that helpfully show you where to go. After getting through this, you finish off this rather short chapter with some more jumping and falling through a jeep crusher, taking you to a hound eye pen. You gotta shoot, well, the hound eyes, but after that the electrical box to be able to get out without taking damage. In the next room you find a weird alien in a vat, who you gotta break out to be able to continue. These are alien grunts, and they are not animals or slaves, they are soldiers. Armored and armed, with an alien hive hand on their hand that shoots homing hornets. These are tough bastards. They have a lot of health and their attacks are not easy to dodge. After this you find a room with a giant evil laser machine that you can turn on to obliterate some poor headcrabs. After this, the door opens and a marine starts attacking you. In the next corridor you can find a guard who suspiciously managed to avoid the marine that just came through here.
Hey, it's no good up there. It's all sealed off. The only way out would be to find someone with scanner access who can open the front door. I'm pretty sure there's a few scientists hiding somewhere in the labs. Maybe with both of us looking, we can track them down and get them to let us out.
After some fighting, you find another evil laser room. In one of the cages, you can find a dead guard with a crossbow. I wonder how he got in there. In the other cage, you can find the Snark nest. Snarks are a gimmick weapon, and rarely ever useful. Once you throw them, they will attack nearby enemies until they explode. But if there are no enemies nearby, they will attack you. There are only a couple parts in this game where Snarks are kinda useful. After killing a few more marines, you can open some doors, connecting different parts of this place together, making it easier to backtrack. You then go through a booby-trapped room. If you activate the trip mines, 2 alien grunts are pulled from the ground, and some soldiers breach through one of the doors. But if you hide, the alien and human grunts start fighting each other. Pressing on, you will go upstairs and see marines and bull squids fighting each other.
What is this thing? Is it some kind of weapon?
Put that down. It's a prototype. It's much too unpredictable. Don't let it overcharge.
What do you mean, over?
This is the Tau cannon, also called the Gauss gun. It can shoot basic blasts or charge one up to penetrate walls. You can also launch yourself with the charge shot, but don't let it overcharge. You gotta turn on a bunch of lasers here to turn on one big one and let it break open a wall here. Making your way down here, you can find these 3 stooges.
A scientist. Thank God. Get us out of here before those military drones figure out where we're hiding. We all have retinal scanner access. Escort us to the lobby, and we can get out of the lab.
We'll have to shut down the surgical unit first. Peters switched it on, but I'm afraid he never made it back.
You gotta navigate the evil surgery room and turn it off. You thankfully only need to take one scientist, because all of them seemingly can't go at once. Once you get to the surface, the scientist will open a door for you.
I'm slowing you down. It's hell out there. It's completely under military control. You have to sneak and fight your way from one end to the other, and I don't expect you'll meet many of our peers along the way. But if you do survive and somehow make it across the base, you'll end up at the Lambda complex, where the rest of the science team has taken shelter. I wouldn't venture there myself, but I will let them know that you are coming.
And he's right. You go outside and start the next chapter. You find a grunt here who has executed these scientists. Dark. the surface is still completely under military control. You're gonna have to fight through Marines, emplacements, and choppers. The AH-64 Apache is the HECU's main helicopter. It is immune to most non-explosive weapons and can shoot rockets and gun you down with its machine gun. I suggest saving ammo for the Tau cannon to take this one down. After pressing a button and turning a valve, you can get past this dam, which leads back to the facility, where you get attacked by another chopper. You should save enough ammo for the Tau gun to take this one down too. If you don't have any, good luck dodging this one's fire. You have to turn on a valve to open a storm drain and then place a minesweeper. The easiest way to take down mines is the MP5 and its grenade launcher, or Snarks if you have some to spare. The storm drain takes you to the cliffside. In this iconic sequence, you have to defeat turrets and marines. After this, you get an RPG and have to take down an Apache. The RPG is best for taking down larger enemies and vehicles, but I mostly just use the Gauss gun. You can also turn on a laser pointer to guide the rocket. Afterwards, you go in another pipe and crawl straight up into an HECU base. This is one of the harder battles in the game, mostly thanks to the amount of soldiers you face, the lack of cover, and, oh yeah, the tank. The M1A1 Abrams is the HECU's main battle tank. Here, it shoots its main cannon only. Use the Tau gun or the RPG to take it down. Immediately after this, you face another tank. This time, it's a Bradley that shoots rockets. I suggest using the RPG to take down this one, because its laser guider also guides the Bradley's rockets. But this is most likely a bug. Here is one of the few places where the Snarks are actually useful. If you keep going, you will end up in an area called the Topside Motor Pool, and you see a creature known as the alien craft drop down a grunt and a vortigaunt. These things are not really NPCs, but just brush entities, so you don't actually fight them. I think these things look really cool. After fighting some snipers, who can only be killed by explosives, and destroying some mines, you have to shoot some electrical thing to be able to walk on this fallen tower, and get inside the building.
You're heading for the Lambda complex, aren't you? I was heading there myself until I wound up here and, well, simply lost my nerve. Take one look through that door and you'll see what I mean. If you intend to go on, then I beg of you, proceed with extreme caution.
The HECU have decided it's a good idea to put trip mines everywhere around the nuke building. This part kinda sucks. After getting out of there, you can find the hive hand, which the alien grunts use. The Hornets can go around corners, and its alt-fire quickly shoots them out, but this weapon does very little damage. The only good thing about it is that it has infinitely regenerating ammo. After this, some Mantis drop down grunts only for them to be bombed by a jet. The F-16 is also just a brush object used for set pieces and not a real NPC. Another Bradley shows up, this time using just its cannon. Just charge up a Tau gun shot and take it down. You find a guard here that unlocks an armory for you. After some light platforming, you will find another Osprey deploying soldiers, who will fight with the nearby alien grunts. You gotta use this thing to blow up a door. It's probably supposed to be a howitzer, but it works more like a field gun. You can also take the guard from before back here to open another door. The next area has a machine gun you can use to gun down waves of vortigaunts. You gotta jump on one of these weird things to see some marines and aliens fighting. It seems like the aliens are starting to cause the HECU some problems. In this vent, some Snarks will attack you. They work exactly the same as the ones you throw, so they will also explode after a short while. What a cool set piece. Kinda reminds me of the pipe from Call of Duty 2. This is not a good area to use Snarks in. When you try to leave, the HEC will lob a grenade your way, which is very clearly a reskinned hand grenade. So you gotta move this thing up and jump for this hole. Here you can use another field gun to blow up some alien grunts. You can go into this warehouse where there's a cool battle, with a Bradley crashing through the wall to deploy soldiers. It's best to let them fight it and kill the winner. I recommend quick saving here, because this is where the game starts getting harder. I don't know why I didn't quick save, but it would have saved me a lot of time. Going further, you can see a marine getting thrown through a wall. I like how the longer this chapter goes on, the more alien grunts start showing up, implying that the HECU is losing control of the surface. After using another jump pad and crawling through this pipe, there's another cool set piece. A grunt throws a satchel in the pipe, causing a giant fireball to fly through. You gotta go back in the water to dodge it. After some more pipe crawling, you find a guard you gotta keep alive. He opens the door for you and you find another guard. You gotta run from this one until you find a dead soldier next to a radio.
Cooper, do you copy? Forget about Freeman. we're abandoning the base. If you have any last bomb targets, mark them on the tactical map. Otherwise, get the hell out of there. Repeat, we are pulling out and commencing airstrikes. Give us targets or get below.
You have to use this map to mark areas for the Marines to airstrike. You gotta blow up the exit door, the walls around it, and the tower. Also the guard if you want. This area does a bad job of telling you what you need to do. Heading back inside, you find the entrance to the Lambda complex. You were clearly not the only one marking targets for bombing, as the facility gets bombed with you in it, causing the ceiling to start collapsing. After docking this, you will find an HECU radio. From now on, you will mostly just fight Xenians, with the HECU barely showing up. Here you find snark eggs, and activate when you trip these lasers. Kinda like Zen's version of the trip mines. Then after clearing this, you end up in another sewer-like area, this time filled with turrets. You can find one lonely HECU Marine here. Climbing up, you find his buddies, another Abrams. This one fires its machine gun and shoots its cannon. This part's really hard. After this, you enter the Black Mesa Central Complex, where the Lambda Core is. After clearing some more Marines, you find a tank, which you can control. Use it to blow up a door, and then you can use it to machine gun to gun down some infantry. After this is another hard part, especially if you have low health like I did here. Some alien grunts have set up an energy cannon. I recommend using the Tau cannon for this one. Fun fact, this is the only energy cannon in the entire game. It's not even in the console ports. Also, watch out for this wall here. In the next room there is an elevator that takes you to the Lambda Core. The elevator arrives in a storage area filled with headcrabs and assassins. These are the only other assassins you fight in the entire game. Taking them down leads you to one final alien grunt ambush before making it inside the Lambda complex.
I apologize, Mr. Freeman, but I couldn't risk opening that door until I was sure you had scoured the area. This is the last entrance to the Lambda complex. Every other has been sealed off to contain the invasion. When we realized that you might actually make it here, we drew straws to see who should stay behind to let you through. Obviously, I drew the short one. My colleagues are waiting at the tip of the Lambda reactor. Waiting for you, I mean. The reactor is shut down right now, but you can activate it on your way up. You'll have to flood the core anyway to get into the teleportation labs. You're not authorized to know about those. But I can see you already know a great deal more than any one man is supposed to.
In this room, you will find the final weapon in Half-Life, the gluon gun. It uses the same ammo as the Tau cannon, and it's really good, completely dissolving most enemies. You go deeper into the complex. Here you have to turn on two coolant systems to flood the core. After turning on both of them, you can jump in the coolant tank and swim to the reactor. Here you turn two valves to raise the coolant level to be able to reach a ladder. But if you do it too quickly, you will get soft-locked. After running through the reactor, you climb up a ladder to reach level B of the reactor core. Here is the portal. You go in one end and pop out the other. This leads to one of the worst parts of the game, the teleport puzzle. Not only do you have to jump in the correct portal, you also gotta time it right so it doesn't kill you. The correct sequence is 2, 4, 7. This leads to another platforming sequence, which then leads to level A, where you find the Lambda team.
Freeman, you finally found us.
So this is the guy. We thought you'd never make it.
This is the supply depot for our first survey team. Quite a few handsome specimens were collected from the border world and brought back this way. Before the survey members started being collected themselves, that is. We suspect there is an immense portal over there, created by the intense concentration of a single powerful being. You will know it when you see it. I hate to say this, Gordon, but you must kill it if you can.
Yeah, you'd better kill it.
If you're willing, my colleague is waiting for you at the main portal controls. He will open the gates for you, Mr. Freeman. Do hurry.
Don't forget to gear up, and I'll cover you while you're waiting for that portal to warm up.
Here you get a bunch of ammo and a long jump module. If you crouch and then jump with it, you jump way farther. Now you gotta protect the scientist long enough for him to open you a portal. During this, alien controllers start appearing. These are elite Zen warriors. They can fly and even shoot fireballs. They are best taken out with the revolver. Once the portal opens up, you jump in it and end up in Zen. People hate Zen, and I kinda get why. The platforming sucks, the level design is confusing, but I don't hate it that much. There's a bunch of weird stuff on Zen. Hair plants, white stalks, and even killer trees. You gotta jump down onto some moving platforms and then jump onto this main island. You can find members of the survey team around Zen. They will always have something helpful on them, whether it be ammo or Sui energy. There's some crystals here that shoot at you. This is the only time they show up. There's also a healing pool here, which heals you. very slowly. You gotta go inside here, open these things, and then free these bugs, which opens a portal to Gonarch's lair. This is a boss stage. A giant testicle attacks you. This is the Gonarch, the mother of all headcrabs. It can shoot a mysterious white liquid at you or birth its annoying little babies. Just use your strongest weapons, like you would with any other video game boss. If you deal enough damage, it will run away. Chasing after it leads you to another arena. You can fall down here, so watch out. There's also a healing pool here. After dealing enough damage, it will run away. This time, it will land on some sort of web. You gotta shoot it from underneath. After you do enough damage, it falls down and explodes, letting you get to the next chapter. This map is really confusing. There's a bunch of slaves and controls here. You gotta go in this cave and ride a spire up. After some jumping, you ride a manta who looks different and shoots lasers to the end teleporter. You end up in some sort of alien labor camp, where the Vortigons are being forced to work. There's actually a sort of stealth section here. If you get spotted, an alarm goes off and some controllers will show up, turning the Vortigons against you. If you manage to take down the guards quietly, you can see that the Vortigons don't attack you, when they are not being forced to. Except for that guy, I guess. After a guard chase, you will get into another teleporter, which leads to a final challenge. You end up in a factory that makes alien grunts, filled with workers and controllers. There are some healing machines here, thankfully, but this is a really hard part. If you make it through and avoid breaking these barrels filled with grunts, you fall down with some sort of meat plinko machine and end up at the next portal, which takes you to a dark, quiet area with a menacing red portal. Jumping into this one brings you to the Nihilanth. The Nihilanth is the final boss of Half-Life, and it's the thing that was opening the portals and sending aliens to Earth. It can send plasma balls at you or a teleporter, which sends you to a room full of weapons and health that you gotta get out of to get back to the fight. You should quick save in this boss fight. Trust me, it'll save you a lot of time. You have to shoot these crystals to stop it from healing. After that, just shoot it with whatever you have. After killing the giant ugly space baby, the screen goes dark.
Gordon Freeman in the flesh. Or rather, in the hazard suit. I took the liberty of relieving you of your weapons. Most of them were government property. As for the suit, I think you've earned it. That's why I'm here, Mr. Freeman. I have recommended your services to my employers. And they have authorized me to offer you a job. They agree with me that you have limitless potential.
You get a choice. Accept the G-Man's offer, or die. If you go into the portal, the game ends and credits roll, along with a funky song. Also, during the G-Man speech, you can see boids flying around. These things, for some reason, have really smart AI. Maybe Valve could have spent more time improving the AI of your allies and less time making AI for these things, which you only see here. So, that was Half-Life, the game that changed FPS games, for the better in my opinion. But is it still fun? Yes. Yes it is. If you like older shooters, you will love it. If you mostly play newer ones, you might get lost a couple of times, but you will probably have some fun with it. So, that's all. Thanks for watching, and bye!